Okay, so today we're gonna create an interaction with a notification. So when you interact with something, you will have a little bar where you will see what you picked up. You can change the color and so on. So we are my throat is closing up, I think. We need a folder called interaction. Interaction, right? In here, we are going to create a folder called widgets. And we are going to create one main widget. So go to user interface, widgets, and user widget, main widget. Another one, this will be the notification. So it's going to be similar to the objective system that we created. It's going to be really similar to that. It's basically the same thing. So in the notification, we're going to open that up. And we are going to create a size box, so we can size it however we want. We're gonna have an overlay, so we can add different kinds of things onto it. So if you want to stack them, you know. Then we're gonna have a text, a border, or actually let's have the text into the border. Let's have a horizontal box into the border, and then the text into the horizontal. Duplicate the text, we're gonna have two of them. We are going to have item, and this will be a mess. Oh shit, what the fuck? A message. So basically it's going to show the item. So for example, like a rock, and then has picked up, or has interacted, or has opened, whatever you desire. So with the size box, we are going to override the width and the height. So it's going to be 450. I don't know why I did not override that. Oh, because we have to, right here, fill screen desired. And it should look into that. Overlay will be the same, border. This will be the background of text, so you can call this background, or you call it like a background text, and it's going to be a variable as well. Oh, I have to go and sleep. Fill everything up. Everything should be filled. Brush color, we're gonna have it black, and opacity like 0.2, 0.3. We'll see, maybe we're gonna change it later on. Horizontal box, will have everything lined. Padding is 10, so it's basically dead center. With the item, first text will be middle, and middle, it's gonna be automatic. Let's name this item. I also have like a saturated color so we can actually see. And in the middle, and we're gonna change the font to 16, maybe 15. Let's do 16. That makes a lot of sense. Let's have it bold, robot. You can change it. I like this one for some reason. I don't know why. Let's have this. You can make this a little bit bigger. I'm just gonna let that stay as 16 in the middle. This one will be middle as well, just like that. And let's add a padding of the left side 5. Just a little bit further away. You can, of course, it's quite up to you. You can make it filled. You can make everything in the middle if you so desired. I have it in one little space, I think. Let's make this bigger. So let's make the item bigger. So the item will be bigger, and then it's going to be like picked up. For example, you can have it, a rock has been picked up. So it's gonna basically look something like this. Or a 17. 17 will be fine. And this 15. So it's gonna stand out a bit. So now for the animation, so you just click on this animation, dock the layout, because I like to dock it. And this will be anim, and click on it. Oops. Click on it, add the size box, so just guess you have to click on it and then add size box. First, we're gonna search for render. There should be render opacity. It's gonna be 0. So now click on add keyframe. So after 50, we're gonna have it as 1. Once again, set it. So it's gonna look something like this. So it's gonna whoop, whoop. Now it's gonna come from one side. We're gonna add transform. I have no idea. You have to click on this track, add track, search for transform right here. Find the first one, and from the X, we're gonna do -100. Add the keyframe, go to 50, add that to 0, add a keyframe. Bam. So it's gonna have this kind of effect, right? So it's pretty cool. So now we can go to event graph, and when we construct this, we just basically have a delay. This will be close time, or before closing, or whatever. This is instance edit, will expose it on spawn. Then we are going to have this animation, so drag out and just do play animation. Then we're gonna have a little delay of 0.4, and we're gonna remove from parents. And this one will be reversed, just like that. Because we're gonna play this animation, yeah, so this is the time basically. You can call this, for example, time. So it's gonna have, for example, if you set it to 5, it's gonna wait 5 seconds, it's gonna be there for 5 seconds, and then after that delete. So plan, actually, yeah, this should be 0.5, not 0.4, because we set it as 0.5 in the animations. That's about it. So we can create now a function that says open widget or pick up or interact and notify. So now we're gonna have, okay, let's not create the input, let's just get the big text. Let's go back here, and these texts should be variables, so we can actually edit them. Now you just get item, set text. We are going to get the message, set text, plug that in, plug this in, so both of them, and both texts will, one will go in here, this will be the message, call this message, other one will be the item name. And for the item, we are going to have set color and opacity. This will be basically the color of the item. Plug that in, and this will be color and opacity for the item. And then we can just play the animation. Play animation, and it's going to be forward. It's going to play once, play back one, everything should be default. Okay, so this is set up. Now if we go to the main one, we are going to have a canvas panel, of course. You can add whatever, you can add your health bar, so on. And we are going to have a horizontal box or vertical box. Did I just say horizontal? I'm tired, man. We need a vertical box right here. And inside will be the notify. Position will be 15, 0, scale 400, and 300. And we're gonna anchor it actually to this point. And let's set this 20. So it's somewhere there. It's quite up to you where you put it. I don't care. So right here, well, of course, this vertical box should be a variable. Just get this, and on construct, we're just gonna clear children. Now this is important, important function, add notify. It's quite basic. We just create a widget. This is the notify, and you will see the playback speed. So I will set it so 2.5 would be, I think, just fine. It can be hard coded, and then just F interacted widget, and we get the notify, add child, or not notify, but vertical box, sorry. Add child, and this is the child right here. Okay, so now the message will go into message, that goes into that goes into that. So everything goes into the input. You can make this prettier. I won't bother because I don't care. So we're gonna, now we have everything set up. The interaction will be pretty simple. What we're going to do is create a interface, so BPI interaction. Open that up and let's call it interact. Let's call it interact, yeah. And that's it. I mean, you can add an input of player, so that, and that is the, for my case, I think third person character. So now in the character, third person, in the main character where everything happens, or you can make a actor component. You're gonna have an event, custom event, interaction, and we are gonna have a branch. We have a branch. Fuck no. We're just gonna get the interact. So interact message. So as you can see, now we need actually a target, because if you compile, you don't have a target. That's really bad, right? And how interactions or interfaces work, it always needs a reference to itself. So we have to create an item. In this case, we go in here, an actor, because an actor, we can place it, we can spawn it, we can do anything with it. So if we go BP and let's call this item master, double click on it, we can have a static mesh, right? So we can have anything we want. And now we're gonna use construction scripts. This is, if you have never used these, you should probably. We can set meshes like this. Set static mesh, right? And promote the mesh into a variable. Call this mesh. And for example, categorize it. Call this info. Instance editable, expose it on spawn. So now if we drag it out, you will see under info we have mesh. So we can have it like a cone. Bam. Now it's a cone. You can do whatever, basically. You can set the mesh however you want, whatever you want. So we're gonna have a cone. So that's pretty cool. Of course, you can do, for example, scale. Set relative scale 3D. You can set the scale as well. You can do whatever. So it's pretty cool. You can do debugs and so on. So in the base item, we just go to class settings to apply the interface, the interaction. Now you will see, double click on it, you will see the event or the interface function that we created. And right here we can, from the player, oh, we didn't actually get it, so we have to go back to the player, right click event, begin, and create the main widget. So create a widget, main widget, add to viewport, and promote it into a variable. Call it main player. I don't know why I called it like that, but hopefully that makes sense. So going back, we can get the widget of main player and add or notify, was it? Add notify. Bam. Now just promote everything into a variable. So message, an item name, and the color. Now with the item name, we have to be a little bit careful because it may not work. So what we are going to do is not promote it into a variable. So we're gonna delete the item name and set item name to a string, just like that, to text, just like this, and plug this in. Other thing, we're gonna go back to a notify and make this into a bracket, just like this. Rock brackets, oh sorry, brackets, rock brackets. But so now that should work, hopefully. If I'm not mistaken, you can do that. No, it should work. It should work. It should work. Yeah, it should work. So now to make the interaction, so if we don't get this disgusting error, we need the target. So it's pretty simple. we just basically create a function called trace, and we are gonna use a sphere trace. I have done this multiple, maybe a million of time. I'm not gonna go into detail. So we get the camera, so follow camera, or we're gonna get the camera world location, plug that in, get forward vector, and multiply that. So as we are a third person, multiply that with float, it's gonna be something about around 1000. Add the world location to the multiplication, add that to here. Radius, I set it to 5. Then we're not gonna check this, we're just gonna do a break. So we're gonna break the hit, promote hit actor to a variable, and does implement an interface this hit actor, the BPI interaction that we created. Have a branch, add a return node, and that's about it. I mean, yeah, it's successful. So now we can go back, do the hit actor, the player will be self, and that in theory should work. So if you go back to your item master, just set the message, set the name, for example rock, as defaults. So every time and we have to actually make it instance editable, expose it and spawn the color as well, by the way. So now you will see in the defaults color opacity, so you can change it to, for example, something warm. If you try to interact with it, I think I didn't actually set the key, so for example, let's do E key. Let's find it and do the interaction. Yeah, I forgot to add the trace actually, so that was my bad. So let me interact with it. Rock has been picked up, rock has been picked up, rock has been picked up. So as you can see, has that animation and it goes away. Rock has been picked up. Although it doesn't get destroyed, so we have to actually make it so it gets destroyed. And I will show you how to make a sound effect as well real quick. Do we have time? No, we don't. Okay. We're gonna have basically destroy actor right here. That's gonna be self, of course. What else? Yeah, sound effects. We're going to do custom event, I think we have to do. Let's do a custom event. Play sound effect. Play sound effect. Play sound at location. Just drag this a little bit here. Open this up. And volume multiplier will be the volume. Oh, let's call this sound volume of picking it up. So it's usually 1. Then the pick up sound effect location is the static mesh get world location. So if you have a multiplier, this is basically how you set it up. Well, of course you probably do a replicate, but not gonna get into multiplier stuff right now. And that is about it, except the attention settings, right? We can actually change that up. If you go into interaction, right click and search for sound attenuation. This is basically distance, right? This is very important, otherwise it's not gonna really sound correct because everyone will sound. So how it works, so if we are further away, the less we hear it. That this is what it means. So item attenuation, I have no idea what it means. So right here, follow distance 500 I think is fair. Inner radius is 50. So if you make anything a sound, this is the way to go. And that's about it. So it's inner circle and follow distance. And yeah, right here you can equip it and call this event right here. Play sound effect. Should be exposed on spawn. Sound volume should be exposed on spawn. And that is about it. So you can edit the sound effect. Let's do this one. You're probably not gonna hear it, but you should when you pick it up. Yep. And it's not really that loud as well. So you go in here. Looked. Rock has been picked up. So that was pretty simple. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you have any suggestions to add something to the item, feel free to leave it down below.